Auguste Rodin was 40 years old when The Gates of Hell was commissioned. It was intended to be used as the gate for Les Arts Décoratifs, a museum in Paris that had not yet been built. Unfortunately, the plans for the museum to receive its own new building never reached completion. Thus, since the gate no longer had a purpose, the plaster models for it remained in Rodin's studio. The reason why it is now here at our museum is that a businessman known as Kojiro Matsukata paid for the first metal casting to be made. After World War II, when the Matsukata collection was returned to Japan, this sculpture became part of our museum's collection. There are 3 figures standing on top of the gates of hell. If you think they look familiar, you would indeed be correct. The sculpture over here on the left is Adam. Adam forms a set together with Eve, but Adam's pose here is closely mimicked by those 3 figures, known as the 3 shades. Of the 3, the one in the middle most closely resembles Adam's pose. It is likely that Rodin came up with several different poses for Adam and placed 3 of those extra poses together on the gate. Directly below that is the thinker. This form is almost identical to the shape of the thinker as we know it today. The statue has an extremely powerful and muscular build. He's thinking with his entire body. He has the image of not just thinking with his mind or heart, but with all of his being. There are many different figures depicted within this frame. For example, these figures have both arms up, as if they are flying. This is modeled after Fugit amour, meaning fugitive love. Such figures are also used in this piece. Over on the right, there is a figure of a standing woman. She is standing faunus, a kind of spirit that is half human and half animal. This kind of being is also depicted here. There is also a depiction of a man supporting a woman from below. That was the initial composition for I Am Beautiful, which was later adapted into its own individual sculpture. Looking at the gate, many of the figures are depicted as though they are jumping out towards us from the chaos that surrounds them. 3-dimensional space is utilized to the fullest to make it appear as though the people are emerging from its depths, giving the figures an extremely dynamic sense of movement. It's truly a shame that this work could not have been cast during Rodin's lifetime. He had surely wanted it to be cast and used as the gate to Les Arts Décoratifs on a thoroughfare somewhere in Paris. I suppose Mr. Matsukata got there a bit too late.